Hello world, I'm TJ Colberg, currently residing in Ray, Colorado, and I'm here to tell you why I support hashtag Force the Vote and tell you my story. A while ago I was diagnosed with something that was once called Asperger's syndrome, however is now just referred to as high functioning autism, which essentially means I'm really good at obsessing over topics, mastering those topics, and then totally forgetting how to socialize with other human beings. And for me, at least ever since 2013, when I got out of the Air Force during the government shutdown, when Senator Ted Cruz ironically read as a filibuster Green Eggs and Ham because he wasn't ready to try out something new like the Affordable Care Act, I started becoming enthralled with politics, whether it be American politics, foreign politics, or just what makes the wheels turn. And so for years, I just kind of related the servitude I imagine that comes with something like being a congressperson, similar to the servitude of someone like an airman or a sailor or so, right? Like when I was in the Air Force, I could be flying somewhere and I'd be in my uniform, and when you walk out into the terminal, oftentimes people want to come up to you and shake your hand, thank you for your service and all that. But you have to remember, from my perspective, I didn't like hearing thank you for your service because I wasn't so proud of the service we were doing, but it wasn't about me. I was in a uniform. I'm representing the Air Force. I'm a servant. I am a servant to you and to that 6-year-old kid there. That's essentially my boss. You're my boss, all of you. I am all of your servants. The only difference is, unlike Congress, I didn't have the opportunity to quit. The only thing that makes something like a congressperson or the position of like a police officer or a soldier, the only thing that makes it an honorable position is the selflessness of that position, is the servitude. If you're a congressperson, if the people say jump, your next question, you should have a vote on how high. But that's not what happens. Today, we live in a country where, despite the fact that 100% of TV news media opposes Medicare for all, despite that fact, still about 70% of Americans support it. And yet, here we are. We can't even get a House vote on it. And these are the kind of things that for years I actually considered. When I lived in Phoenix, I thought maybe I could run for Congress as a progressive in the 7th district. Maybe I could just do one term, make no friends. That's not my goal. I would just want to be a servant. But year after year, just getting disappointed more and more by the people that call themselves progressives on paper. And while that's nice, it doesn't amount to anything. And it's something as simple as this, just saying, hey, we're not going to vote for you. Nancy Pelosi, the person, you are the reason, because of your complicity in war crimes, George Bush still lurks around the earth, okay? You shouldn't even be in Congress, but we'll allow you to be, we'll vote for you again for speaker if you just do the bare minimum and put Medicare for all on the floor. And it doesn't even need to pass. That's not even the goal. Just let us see, hey, who supports Medicare for all during a deadly pandemic and who doesn't? We just want targets on your head so we know who to primary. It's a win-win for progressives, and yet progressives aren't doing it. This is why so many people are disheartened and disenfranchised. This is why someone like me, who is, I admittedly obsessed with politics, is in the political sphere every minute of basically every single day for the past 8 years. This is why someone like me for years was considering doing something like, hey, maybe running for Congress as a member of the House of Representatives. I'm not even considering it anymore. I wouldn't consider it because I don't want to be around these people that call themselves servants and then act like leaders. You're not leaders, you're servants. That's why I support hashtag Force the Vote. It's time we hold these people accountable and responsible for their words, because their words, when they don't turn into action and don't come to fruition, they're meaningless. So please join me in supporting hashtag Force the Vote. Call your local representative. Let them know to withhold their vote. It's not like if no one votes for Nancy that the Republicans, it's not how it works. If there's not enough votes, we don't have a speaker, and we can just keep waiting until we get somebody who's going to support the basic human right of health care for all. Thank you, and thank you for watching and listening.